Welcome. My name is Ray Sheath, and this week we are making a special edition in which Peter Challen and I reflect on the celebrations of the sealing of the Magna Carta, exactly 800 years ago, and its relationship to a genuinely democratic politics and to an economy that serves everybody, and to a new constitutional settlement forged in the spirit of trusteeship of this planet. While I went to the main ceremony at Runnymede yesterday and watched our system at play, Peter was meditating on the dawning of a Constitution Day, a day that will come and will enact a new constitutional settlement in a confederation of these islands. Listen to Peter's meditation today. We waited, my wife and I, at Runnymede for 3 hours for the great and the good to arrive. The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh, the Prime Minister David Cameron, the Archbishop of Canterbury Justin Welby, and Prince William, Duke of Cambridge. As they took the seats on the platform, I also began to meditate. Then all these people suddenly began to dissolve in front of my eyes, in an Alice in Wonderland-like way, as in the reflection in a pond that then disappears. And I meditated the reflection can be replaced with another, and then another, and then another, as we, the human species, learn to live, work and play with one another, and to trust one another. And sure enough, as they dissolved, David Cameron reenacted King John facing his barons, saying he was going to bring in a new British Bill of Rights against those European barons. As Prince William took the last of 12 chairs, as chair, as it were, of the jurors, the artwork commissioned by the National Trust and Surrey County Council. And finally, Justin Welby tried and failed to invoke Archbishop Langton, who acted for the barons in the negotiations with King John. And the Queen unveiled the ubiquitous plaque. Jack Straw, who, in the last Magna Carta lecture at Royal Holloway College the next evening, admitted to trying and failing to bring in a bill of rights and responsibilities when he was Justice Secretary between 2007 and 2010. The system is broken. There is an alternative, and it has to come if we are not to experience collapse, which is not an unknown phenomenon of societies of our species. I think the most important thing today is to acknowledge the huge effort of all those campaigners who, over many years and in some cases decades, have chosen to focus on a particular aspect of reform. For example, campaigns on money reform from Ben Dyson of Positive News and Ronnie Morrison, who was last week's newscaster. Fred Harrison of the Land Research Trust on alternative fiscal revenues for governments. Godric Barder of the Scott Barder Commonwealth in promoting industrial trusteeship as an alternative to a capitalist economy. Clive Menzies, who on his daily pickings alerts us to the sheer range of issues in the world and explores the roots of those issues in hierarchy and societal power. And Peter McFadden's efforts in Frome in renewing local government with flat-pack democracy. And to all those other campaigners, too many to acknowledge at this moment, we salute you. We invite you all to take a slot in our weekly newscasts, and if you wish to do so, please contact Peter Challen. But it is the systemic change, which is the 2015 constitutionalist contribution, that will realise all these campaigners' dreams. In the People's Magna Carta for the 21st century, available on this website, you will see there incorporated the most fundamental of these single-issue campaigns, all woven together as a constitutional garment. Working together, we can make the change that is so necessary. But this is going to be an uphill struggle, because in facing our world today, I feel there exists amongst people generally a funny mix of attitudes. Attitudes that range from a denial that anything is wrong, to one of, it's nothing to do with me, I have my life to lead, thank you. From hopeless resignation that nothing can change, to an attitude that something will turn up. From, it's not my job to fix the system, to, what can I do anyway? Interestingly, the Pope, in his encyclical this week on global warming, made similar observations about people in general. Action and behaviour change by all the people are what is required, and the campaigners, including us the constitutionalists, are merely the catalyst. Now listen to Peter Challen's meditation on Constitution Day and the hopes that he dreams of. And then please embrace the idea of the dawning of a new society and suggest another name for an annual day of celebration that resonates with those dreams. Constitution Day is not poetic enough for such an event. And then think about your responsibility in the tasks ahead and what actions you can begin to take. And finally, come to our first convention on Saturday, July 11th at High Street Methodist Church in London, as advertised on this homepage. Next week, our guest speaker will be Fred Harrison, who will explore what the foundations of a new settlement might be. Thank you for listening.